What up, what up? You got the original Lone Wolf coming at y'all, dropping a little bit more of that tea. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my subscribers. Much love to y'all. Make sure y'all get on the page and like the videos, man. I want to see as many likes as I got subscribers. I've talked about that before. I don't bring it up all the time, but I need to get the likes up, all right? So we can overcome the filthy foolishness that YouTube and all these other social media platforms are doing to prevent the information from getting out. All right. I know the last couple of videos I made was fairly long, but I don't normally make them like that often. So y'all have to forgive me on that. And I just ask that y'all go back and watch it. Like if you left off at the halfway mark or, something like that, at some point in time, spin back down on them. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what you may get out of that. All right. Plus, I don't make long ass videos. So y'all shouldn't really have a problem with being willing to watch my videos that are long to the end because I don't make a lot of them. I do that on purpose because I know a lot of people don't have good attention span and they get distracted easy, and so I try to make videos short where we can piece things together, you know what I'm saying, and you can just put that puzzle together, and you're not sitting there watching a video for 3 hours every time I drop something. You feel me? So now what we finna do right now, I'm gonna drop something real quick. This ain't gonna be no long video. I'm gonna try to keep it 10 minutes or less. All right, like I said, this is just a little bit of tea. All right, what we looking at right here on screen is Minnesota Rule 220. All right. And anybody who knows anything about the authentication process of the birth certificate understands Minnesota Rule 220. Now, I'm bringing this up because I've been known about this for years. I've had my birth certificate authenticated for years. I show people how to do it on my original channel, the one that was took down. I show people step by step how to do it. Since that time, I've gotten my mom's authenticated, and I had to do that because her birth certificate say Negro on it, so I had to make sure I got hers authenticated. But I've been had mine done for years. So one of the things that I overlooked that I've been new about was Minnesota Rule 220, and it's a specific part in there, right? All of this has to do with the straw man and the whole fake ass bullshit that they got going on. For anybody who watch my channel, y'all know that. I try to put it out there. But this is coming from Minnesota Rule 220 when it come down to birth certificates. It say the registrar of titles is authorized to receive for registration of memorials upon any outstanding certificate or title an official birth certificate pertaining to a registered owner name in said certificate of title showing the date of birth. Okay, this is going back to the whole thing about you being the holder in due course. All right, you could be the holder of anything. It could be any said title. You know what I'm saying? It could be any said certificate or any said bond. You know what I'm saying? But that's what the holder in due course means. You the one that's holding it. You know what I'm saying? Who got it? Who's the one who's obtained it? Who's the one that has it in their possession? You. Well, if it's you that has it in your possession, that makes you the holder. All right. So now it says a certificate of title and official birth certificates pertaining to the registered owner name in said certificate of title showing the date of birth and said registered owner providing there is attached to said birth certificate or affidavit of an affiant who states he or she is familiar with the facts recited, stating that the party name in said birth certificate is same party of the owner name in said certificate of title, and that thereafter the registrar of title shall treat registered owner as having obtained the age of majority at a date of 18 after the date of birth shown by said certificate. Now, the reason for why I'm reading that, because a lot of y'all already know about Minnesota Rule 220. The reason why I'm reading that is to allude to the tea that I'm about to drop. All right. I just wanted to point out that last part that you don't, because that's the part that I have not done yet too. Let me also throw that out there for y'all to go to show you, for one, that I don't know everything, right? But in this case, I knew about this, but I slept it. I missed it. I've got the certificate, the certificate of live birth. I've got it authenticated on the state and federal level. Like I told you, it's been authenticated for years. I got my mama shit done. She been working on some years now where she done had hers. And mine was authenticated before hers. They been took my motherfucking channel down. My first channel, I did that on my original channel where I showed people how to do it after I got mine and the Fed sent it back to me. I showed everybody else how to do theirs. Right? Now, what I did not do is attach an affidavit that is telling you have to do. It say that that there is attached to said birth certificate an affidavit of an affiant. That affiant is you who states that he or she is familiar with the facts recited, stating that the party name is said birth certificate is the same party as one of the owner's name in said certificate of title. That's what you're supposed to put in the affidavit. That's what they're telling you. You're supposed to write that in the affidavit. And you're supposed to get it notarized. You're supposed to sign it on the penalty of perjury. You're supposed to get it notarized, and you're supposed to take your authenticated certificate of live birth. You're supposed to take that to wherever you go to get that affidavit notarized. Whoever your notary is, because when they read that, they're going to want to know, well, what title are you in possession of? What title are you agreeing is you? And you got to show it to them. You got to show them the actual certificate of live birth. You can't show them a copy. You know what I'm saying? You can't show them like, you know what I'm saying, some scribble shit. It's got to be the actual original authenticated certificate of live birth. All right, you got to actually show it to them. You can't give them a copy of it. That's one of them times where you got to actually take the actual copy out the house, because you're not supposed to take that motherfucker out the crib. You're supposed to have it locked up somewhere in like a fireproof or smoke-proof firebox or some old shit with all your other important documents like your will and whatever other documents you may have. It's supposed to be in there. You're not supposed to really ever take it out the crib or out the vault or the safe or whatever you got it in. But in this particular situation, this is one of the times where you have to take it out the house. Or unless you had a notary come to your crib. And, you know, if you deal with like a traveling notary or something, then that's a different story. But if you go to the notary, you got to actually take the actual authenticated certificate of live birth that you had authenticated on the state and federal level to the notary with what they're telling you inside of here. That has to be your verbiage. You have to tell them that, yeah, that's me. The name on there, the birthday and stuff. Yeah, that's correct. That's all me. I agree that is me, and I'm the actual owner of the title. Because that's what makes you the beneficiary to all of the shit that they do when it come down to like the traffic tickets and all of that, right? So now that's getting me over to where we finna go now. Because like I said, I want to try to make the video under 10 minutes. So I brought that up for the T. Here's the T. 31 CFR 363.6, right? Anybody who follow my channel know that Title 31 is the Treasury Department. That is the Treasury Department. So anytime you see 31 CFR or 31 USC or whatever, that's the Treasury themselves. It's the same thing with Title 26. What's Title 26, y'all? The Internal Revenue, right? It's the same thing, 26 CFR or 26 USC or whatever. If you see anything like that, that is the Internal Revenue. So right here, we got the Treasury Department telling you in 31 CFR 363.6. They're talking to you about a lot of different shit in this passage. This is one of their longer passages, okay? But they start off talking to you about the TDA, the Treasury Direct Account. For any of y'all that been on some of the motherfuckers channels like USAVEL and all that other shit, and y'all got y'all TDAs set up and all that, because I got one, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't did shit with it, but I got one. I set up a Treasury Direct Account. But it goes into things about that. It also goes into things about the bonds and the securities and the way that that works. Now, what I wanted to get to is down here where they talk about a minor. We all know that minors or minorities are people who are not old enough to contract. They're not old enough to handle their own affairs. But the other part that they don't tell you about is the T. So let's get down to this part where they talk about, and I should have had this marked off. Hold on. Hold on, guys. We're going to get that. Just bear with me. Minor account means an account of the custodian on behalf of the minor that linked to custodian. Nope. Okay, here it is. Here it is right here. It says minor means an individual. Now, these are definitions. Anytime they say what it means, they say this means this or this means that. They telling you what they have defined it as. And in this particular case, because it's under Title 31, who defined this? The Treasury Department. This is them speaking to you. So when they say this is what this means, they telling you this is what we define it as. It's a minor means an individual under the age of 18 years, right? We know that. We already know that. It's the term minor is also used to refer to an individual who has attained the age of 18 years but has not taken control of the securities contained in his or her minor account. That's how you get fucked over with traffic tickets and all this other crazy shit. Now, it tells you that the definition of an individual. It said a person is an individual or an entity. It say a person means an individual or entity. It say an individual is a living person. Where the fuck is individual at? See, they don't have this one kind of like how they do the other one. Okay, here it is right here. See right here? It say individual means a natural person. See that? That's what they telling you it means. It means a natural person. Natural person is a sentient being. That's the motherfucker that's supposed to have the soul and the pineal gland and the heart and the liver and the kidneys. That's that motherfucker. Right? But what does it tell you about a minor? It says that the term minor is also used to refer to an individual. What is an individual? A natural person. It just told you what an individual was. It says the term minor is also referred to an individual who has obtained the age of 18 but has not yet taken control of the securities contained in his or her minor account. So this is the reason for why you have to deliver specific instructions. This is one of the reasons why they trip on my motherfucking videos when I try to do my traffic. When I try to share the traffic ticket videos and shit with y'all, because like I said, I ain't got no driver's license. I don't worry about them arresting me and all that other shit. I don't give a fuck about all that. Even if I go to a state where they say, well, you could be arrested for not having a license. I don't give a fuck. Go right ahead. You go right ahead because the burden is on you. Because what you are doing is telling me that I'm not old enough to handle my own affairs. So you have to do it for me. And I'm telling you, no. Part of my affairs would be the right to contract. The minor account, that's what they talking about. The whole thing about with your signature, the whole thing with your social security number and all that, that's what they talking about. They're saying you still a minor, you cannot handle your own affairs. Now, I'm not finna read all of this shit. Because I just went over 2 minutes. I'm finna get up out of here. I'm not finna read all of but this is coming out of 31 CFR 363.6. That's what you would type into Google. It say, what special terms do I need to know, need to understand this part, is what it's saying. And it's telling you about the special terms. It all has to do with the TDA. It all has to do with that account that they have on you. A lot of it is true to what they be talking to you about, but they be wanting to charge you and shit. They be wanting to charge you all this motherfucking money when you're supposed to be looking at this, looking up the definition of the words, taking their meanings, because you're going to have to take what they write and you got to use it against them. Well, don't it say right here that I'm somebody that, I'm still considered a minor because I haven't taken control of my minor account? It's like, well, no, I'm the holder. I am the holder in due course. That means you, the motherfucker, is the one that's supposed to tell them what to do based off the fact that you are in withholding of what you have. And it be simple shit just like that they won't tell you. They want you to pay $500, $600, $700, $800 for. This is when you tell clerks and administrators, right? Because they not judges. How many times have Red Wolf and a bunch of other motherfuckers have told they not judges, man. They administrators. They are to administer. That is a fiduciary responsibility. You're supposed to tell them what to do. You're literally supposed to be telling them what to do. That's the whole thing about you taking control of your account, of your estate. So I just want to put that out there, man. Let me get up out of here. I apologize for going 4 minutes over. Much love. I'm out.